Hi there. This is just kind of a video log update of what I've been up to post UROC 100K, which was 8 days ago. Today is October 7th, 2013, and obviously UROC 100K, brutal race for me. It became a struggle just to finish, and it was really devastating because it was kind of a focus of my whole year. It was a championship style event. There's $5,000 on the line to win it. Top competition, international competition, Kilian Jornet, Rob Carr, Dakota Jones, a lot of the favorites. And we were running together all in the lead pack up through 33 miles. But I could tell right away that the wheels were going to fall off, and I was working way too hard up to that point. Those guys just ran phenomenally strong races, especially Rob and Dakota, and pulled away to win convincingly. I overanalyze and like to rehash my training going into the event because you got to figure out what went wrong. And I've been involved in competitive running to some degree for the last 15 years of my life, and I've had whole seasons, multiple seasons in a row that were just disastrous. And it's a very fickle sport, distance running is, and you have these ups and downs, and so I'm used to having these ups and downs. And I've had two bad races in a row now this year after having some good races most of the year. So you just got to kind of figure out what went wrong in your training, but also it could be your nutrition or just other light factors, biological factors, things out of your control even. But I like that scientific aspect of it, and I'll go get it real quick here. I put together my last 7 weeks of training going into the UROC 100K. I hashed it out all on a calendar grid type of format here. I looked at all the workouts I did off of Strava, and I realized I made a lot of training mistakes. Like coaching yourself, you totally lose perspective of things, and I totally just overtrained, I think. I wasn't running super high mileage. I got up to 100 miles a week, which isn't super high for me, but on trails it is. And 20,000 feet of vertical was a lot of climbing for me, and I did that about 3 weeks in a row. But when you look back at the workouts and the training, I pushed too hard on some days, and I didn't follow the plan I had set out for myself before I started training for UROC, and it's really frustrating to see that. There's lots of things that also went wrong, but seeing that I did a lot of pretty hard tempo runs, and then the next day I went out and did a pretty hard long run in the mountains, and I got away too much from doing my traditional more high intensity road work, speed work, like marathon training type of work, and runnable long runs, to just focusing on obsessing over the vertical and obsessing with doing back-to-back quality days, which never works well for me, I've found. And I don't know why I did that, but I see things like I went to Maroon Bells and did the 4-pass loop twice within 2 weeks of each other. And when I was doing it out there, doing the FKT, and I felt good, I wasn't thinking that I had just done that 13 days before. I had just done a 14er. And it's really not just one workout that shoots you in the foot and kills you. For me, getting lost on the UROC course 4 days before the race and doing an 18-miler was a bad idea in the snow. And that wasn't an accident. But it's a combination of workouts over a period of not just 1 week, but multiple weeks in a row, maybe 3, 4, or 2 weeks out from the race. You just had this sequence where you just kept pushing a little bit too hard. And if you push over the edge, if you're overtrained by 1%, you're screwed. It would have been much better if I just dialed back and was at 90% and had rested up. But I'm not using that as an excuse. It's something I observed, and obviously race day tactics became important. Those guys ran phenomenal. I was off the whole day. A little bit of stomach issues. The snow probably didn't help me either, but that's part of the course. That's part of the challenge, and I'm really motivated and determined to try to move on now and to prepare for my next race. But I definitely took some time off, did some biking, still doing some fun runs, just trying to get the body back into shape. But moving on, I'm really excited to announce my new film project, MUT Runner, and it's been successfully funded now on Kickstarter. And so thank you for all of the support, to all those who saw it and donated and shared the trailer. It's really just a dream come true, and I'm really excited and happy that got funded so quickly. I had no idea there'd be that much support, and it's still being funded. It's past the goal, but all the extra money I could get just is going to help me get better equipment, from more tripods to different camera lens, and gas money to do some more interviews, which I'm really moving forward and excited about, getting that creative work out there and really focusing on that now, before I start ramping up for some other championship style ultras later this year. But yeah, thank you so much. I can't believe it. So then also a local event in Boulder with my health sponsor, Integrative Health Acupuncture and Wellness. We're putting on a running form clinic in 2 weeks on the weekend of October 19th, and it's a 2-day event, Saturday, Sunday, and you'll be able to test out some Scott shoes, test out some Ultimate Direction gear and our raffle prizes, and learn about what it takes to have good running form. And I'll be there on hand to share some stories and talk about that as well. So definitely should check that out. I'll put the website link up here. And moving on, I just want to slowly get back into my training, ramp up the mileage, get back into doing more traditional marathon type training. Not crazy road speed work, but just doing some intervals again. So I've been neglecting that for over a year, and maybe touching the track even, and doing some more runnable long runs, fat burning runs. I think would really help me get that efficiency up, because that's kind of where I came from, and that's how I had success initially. I think moving up in ultras, and I think I've gotten away too far from that, and it suffered with my running form, my mechanics, my flexibility. You could kind of see it. I have a slower stride rate. So things like that I think are important to see, and to always be changing up. And you got to stay healthy, you got to stay consistent, and to reach really high level, to try to reach your maximum potential or anyone's maximum potential. You can't leave any stone unturned. And I know at this level, competing against a lot of the world's best in the sport, you really have to be firing 100% and have everything lined up, nutrition wise, health wise, mentally, and your training, of course. So it's been an adventure so far, and I really appreciate everyone that's been supportive with comments, donating to MUT Runner, giving me feedback, and even just watching this long video, which is probably getting boring now. So thanks again, really appreciate it, and stay tuned for more VO2 Max Productions.